Let's talk about power. Talking to you today from the exact moment of the full moon in Cancer. And many of us believe that we lose power when we give something away, when we give some part of ourselves away. You know, Cancer energy can be about self-protection. And this full moon has Mars right on the full moon and Pluto, our planet of deep, deep power, opposite conjunct the sun. So this is a powerful full moon and good for us to consider issues like power. And let us consider the source of power. Where does it come from? Is it yours? Is it connected to something that you have, like your money or your things or yourself? Or is there a deeper source of power that is life-giving and that it's infinite and that it's endless? This power that comes from source is not ours. It cannot be controlled by us. And we cannot lose what is not ours. So for us to believe that we have to self-protect ourselves and not lose our power or shut out a damaging person or thing, we've placed ourselves somewhere where we're in a false source of power, a limited source of power. So it may seem like we're losing power because we're putting our attention into something that bears no fruit. It's like a tree with branches, no leaves, no fruit on it. And we put our energy into that area with no life force. So the simple fact is that the life force is not there. God can only be where there is a creative force. And there's no attention, there's no energy, there's no power in a tree that has branches and no fruit. So it will feel like you're losing power because there's no power there. There's nothing to be gained by, putting your time and energy into that. So the life-giving force called God is going to be wherever there is a situation that is flourishing, nourishing, feels good, and has fruit everywhere on the tree, endless supply. So if we keep pursuing situations that are kind of like fruitless, then we're not losing God's source of power. We're losing what little bit we have. And we will want to shut that person out simply because we think it's them that is draining us. But it's not them. There's just no power there. You're in a situation that is fruitless. So it is our job as co-creators to tap into the power source that is endless, and there's endless supply. And how do we do that? We all have that connection because we're alive. We're alive. There's a lot of things that we do well. We're alive and flourishing in many ways, but we're also lacking in other ways. So the 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 challenge and the awareness coming to our minds right now are the power plays in this full moon. And if you have a planet right on this full moon, you'll feel it particularly so. And in my case, I do. I have my moon right on the full moon. They're exact. So I'm feeling empowered. And this message came through in a meditation for me to share with you today. So that's why I'm getting on this video for you. So when we tap into our infinite supply of power, we become untouchable. We become stronger. We don't have to deplete another person or self-protect, right? We don't see them as our source of power or threat. So we don't have to shut them out. We can be kind in all situations because this energy of life-giving force gives forgiveness. So we know everyone has the same power source within them. And when they're tapped out doing something else that may be destructive, they need love more than our own attack. Because when we see their limitation, it's a reflection of seeing our own limitation. And that doesn't mean it's not there. It's just like, why go there? Why put energy into something that is not going, that where there's no life force? You can't be nourished in that situation. You can certainly turn away, but you can turn away in a way that is loving and honoring of that person if you get that opportunity. If they're so severely protecting themselves and attacking because they think they're losing power because you exist on the planet with them, then they are misdirected about where power comes from. You cannot lose your source of power when you are tapped into the power source. You would not, and this is where choice comes in. It's just quite simple. Choose the areas of life where you can flourish. And that would include kindness, giving that endless supply. You don't have to limit your attention for anyone anymore because you no longer feel threatened when you are tapped into this power supply. So, give this same freedom that you give to yourself to choose a more nourishing path. And let's say, for instance, you have a person that wants to do something different to what you're doing, and they leave your presence for whatever reason, doesn't matter, they go. It's not a personal attack. It's actually an opportunity to recalibrate and realign to your power supply. Because for whatever reason they left, they were no longer in alignment with you now. This level of trust is next level if you can get to it. This opportunity to tap into the power supply is exactly what this full moon is giving us. So I hope you can find your own inner safety to walk free and to just make really good choices for yourself. Those places where God exists, where power exists, and where your life can flourish. So happy full moon, everyone. If you want to see where these alignments are in your own chart or to have a 2025 transit reading to see what's coming up, I look at all the planets as energy and how that energy is trying to flow through you so you can make better choices. Take care. See you later.